Hi, and welcome back. Let's talk about the transfer of control in financial assets and what it means when assessing whether an entity retains or relinquishes control. The key question here is, does the transferee have the practical ability to sell the transferred asset? If the answer is yes, the entity has not retained control. But if the transferee cannot sell the asset practically, the entity still controls it. Now, let's break it down. If the asset is traded in an active market, the transferee can likely repurchase the asset, meaning they have the practical ability to sell it. For example, if the transferred asset is subject to a repurchase option, but the transferee can still readily obtain the asset in the market, it suggests the transferee retains the ability to sell. On the other hand, if the transferee cannot freely access the asset, or if your repurchase option restricts their ability to sell, the entity retains control. Factors to assess practical ability. Here are some key factors to determine if the transferee truly has the practical ability to sell the asset. 1. Can the transferee sell the entire asset to a third party? If yes, control likely transfers. 2. Is this ability unrestricted? The transferee must not face any conditions or restrictions to sell the asset. 3. What's practical, not just contractual? Even if the contract allows selling, it's meaningless if there's no market or if restrictions limit freedom of sale. For example, if there's no market for the asset, the transferee's right to sell has little practical value. If restrictive conditions are imposed, such as stipulations on servicing loans or repurchase options tied to the entity, control likely stays with the entity. In essence, for control to truly shift, the transferee must have an independent and unrestricted ability to sell the transferred asset. Without that, the original entity still holds control and the asset remains on its books. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.